no one is absent. Before we begin our discussion, let's have first a game. And this game is, I know that you are familiar with this game because this game is considered as one of the most popular or most played mobile game. What do you think is the game? Four picks and one word. So let's have this one. I need not to necessarily explain the mechanics, right? Yeah. Let's have the 4 picks and one word. All you need to do is to guess what the word or what the pictures suggest. Okay po? So are you ready for the first word? Yeah. Let's have this. Raise your hand.
Communication.
Let's see if your answer is correct. What is communication? Yes, what is communication? What is that word that comes into your mind when you hear the word communication? Interaction, what else? Conversation, what else? Yes, they understand each other. So communication is the process of giving, receiving, or exchanging of information or ideas. The primary medium or the useful medium we use in communicating is what? Language. So let's see. Are you now ready for the next word? Yeah. So let's have this. What is the word suggested as language? Yes, language. Are you sure? Yes. Let's see if your answer is correct. By the way, what did you say? Language. Yes. Okay, let's see if your answer. Language. Very good. Will you agree with me if I tell you that language is very important in the process of communication? Yes, because I have told you a while ago or earlier, it is the usual or primary language we use in communicating or in the process of communication. Since now we are talking about communication and language, we are going to discuss the 2 major divisions of the function of language. And these are 2 functions of language: the transactional and interactional function of language. Let's discuss first what is an interactional function of language. Interactional function of language. When we speak of interactional function of language, we have here the purpose of creating social interaction. So primarily, interactional language is carried out for the purpose of establishing and maintaining social relationships, right? The focus is on the participants. Take note of this one. The focus is on the participants or the speakers. It is interactive or it requires 2-way conversation, right? 2-way participation of the speakers. Next, it is informal. It uses or it requires the informal use of language. We have here the examples: greetings, small talk, chit-chat, recounting of recent experiences, and compliments. Am I making myself clear, class? Yes. Are there any questions? No. None. So let's proceed. Take a look at this slide. What do you think is the function of language in this slide? Greetings. Greetings. So it falls under the what function of language? International. Okay, let me assume the role of the teacher. So please meet Ma'am Louise. Ma'am Louise told the class, "Good morning, class." Good morning, ma'am. Okay, so this is a concrete example Let's proceed. How about this one? Again, here comes Ma'am Louise. What is language? There's the first row. Please respond.
It's a means of communication.
Second row.
It's a system of words or symbols or sounds.
Alright. From this slide, what do you think is the function of language? Knowing that we have two major functions of language, the interactional and the transactional, what do you think is the function of language in that particular slide? Yes? Please raise your hand if you want to answer, if you know the answer. Yes? Please try. Transactional. Let's see if your answer is correct. So, that is under the transactional function of language. Transactional function of language, we have here the purpose. The purpose is on obtaining or giving information. So primarily, transactional language is carried out not for the purpose of establishing or maintaining social relationships, but rather for the purpose of conveying information or facts. The focus now is on the message. While, if you can still remember, the focus on the interactional function of language is on the speaker. Speaker is very good. It is used in making oneself understood completely. And it requires the formal use of language. Here are other examples of transactional function of language. What is the first example? Yes, please. So a patient consulting a doctor. The second one, yes, sister? So a customer inquiring on a bachelor. Next one, yes, from the
Teacher, pupil.
okay, the teacher discussing something to her pupils or students. Let's proceed. By the way, are there any questions? None. Okay, let's proceed. As you can see, we have here two dialogue boxes, right? Yes. What do you think is the purpose or is the function of language in the first box? Yes, Mr. From the back, yes?
Interactional.
Interactional. How about the second box? Yes, mister? And what is the function of language? Transactional. Very good. Let's see if your answers are correct. We have here interactional and transactional functions of language. Let us give ourselves a round of applause. So, let's proceed. Are you still with me? Yes. Okay, let's proceed. Just always remember this, okay po, so that you can be able to differentiate the two. You can easily differentiate the two functions of language. Let's proceed. What can you see? Types of letters. We have the business letter and the friendly letter. What do you think is the function of language in the business letter? Would you like to answer? Yes, mister?
Transactional.
Transactional. Let's see if your answer is correct. Alright, let's give him a round of applause. We have the transactional function of language. If the business letter is using, or if the function of language in the business letter is transactional, how about the friendly letter? What is the function of language in this type of letter? Yes, who would like to answer? Yes, Miss Gorgeous. Yes. Oh my God. Interaction. Are you sure? Okay. Do you agree with her?
Yes.
Let's see if your answer is correct. We have the interaction. Very good. Yes. I think you are really getting my point. You really understood our discussion. Yes. If that's Okay, assign your please raise your hands if you are the student number 1 of your group. The student number 2. Number 3. Number 4. Okay. Let's have this. This is the game picto analysis. So you are going to basically analyze the pictures presented. Okay po? The pictures that I will be presenting. Picto analysis. But take note that for you to get a score, this paper is equivalent to 2 points. You need not just to identify the function of language, but also to prove or give reasons. Why is it under the functional, or why it is an interactional or transactional? Okay po? By the way, class, please give your best shot because later we are going to have a quiz, and the group who will accumulate the highest score, that will be an additional points for your quiz score. Okay po? Okay po? So are you now ready? Are there any questions? Let's do this, class. May I call on the student number 1? Alright, are you ready, class? Please raise your hand if you know the answer. Okay po? That is for your group. Okay? Let's do this. Number 1. Yes.
Transactional.
Transactional. And what is your reason?
Because it's business.
Okay, very good, mister. Let's see if your answer is correct. Transactional, very good. 2 points for your group. Okay. For the next picture, student number 2. Alright. Interactional is what? It's one chat plus information. Alright, very good. Interactional. 2 points for your group. Next one. That's number 3. Go. Yes, you Transactional, and what is your reason? It is actually an interview, right? There is an exchange of information. Very good. This is a transactional. Next is number 4. Next. What is your answer again? Transactional. Okay, very good. Transactional. This is actually a doctor evaluation. Okay, so there is an exchange of information, right? Okay. Whose group accumulated the highest score? Please add all your scores, right? 4 points. Every group has their 2 points. Okay, class. Group 1. Wait, 2 points, yes.
4 points.
2 points.
1 point.
Alright, so keep it, and that will be an additional score for each of the member of your group. Okay po? Later on our quiz. So, congratulations! Now, let's do the thumbs up and thumbs down. So, all we need to do is to thumbs up if you agree, thumbs down if you disagree. You're going to have quiz. Alright? Just answer. Okay. In a given sheet of paper, write whether the people are engaged in transactional or interactional function of communication. Write TL if it is transactional and IL if it is interactional. Prove your answers by giving reasons or citing things about the picture. Okay, class? Are you now ready? Okay, for number 1. Write your answer. First, forward, please. Okay, go. Okay, for your assignment. In your group, you have your groups, right?
Yes,
In your group, creatively make a comic strip which shows the interactional and transactional functions of language. Be ready to deliver or act it out in front. Boys at the back, are you still listening?
Yes.
Okay, so I am going to provide you with this rubric. Okay?